When facing major stressors that are open-ended or long-term in nature, how can one best avoid worry and anxiety in their related daily thoughts?
So open-ended and long-term stressors, which is like the definition of so many of these stressors that humans face. Animals often face transient stressors, chased by a predator and you escape, that sort of thing, or a day of bad weather. And animals also don't have the wonderful ability that we have to think and imagine and actually consciously plan many times. So long-term stressors, war, famine, poverty, chronic illness, of course, COVID-19. So I think it's natural for us to experience stress, because these are a complex of stressors, because there's a lot of things happening that, let's say in a war, a lot of different experiences happen that are stressful. So then the way I like to think is there's the three groups of challenges that come. The first one is annoying. Annoying is like in the context of our current pandemic stressor, if you cannot go to a favorite restaurant for a meal, it's annoying, right? The second one can be maddening or infuriating. You can send your child to the school. It's impacting your child's learning. That's pretty infuriating for a lot of people. And the third one is threatening or terrorizing. The risk of the prospect of catching an infection and landing up in the ICU. So those are the three groups of challenges we face in general. And sometimes it helps to categorize in which group my stressor is coming at this moment stressor. So what is annoying? You can visit to a favorite restaurant. My back pocket idea is to ask myself, will it matter in 5 years? If it won't matter in 5 years, it's not worth my time to fret over today. It's not worth more than 5 minutes. It does not belong in my brain's real estate. Your brain is a very precious real estate, more precious than the Fifth Avenue lots. And so if you had a lot on Fifth Avenue or a shop on Fifth Avenue, you'll not probably put a dumpster on it. But our brain, which is a more precious real estate than that, we allow non-rewarding, non-nourishing thoughts to come into it. So you have to be very, very picky about what thoughts you're allowed to stay there. Negative thoughts will come, but you don't let them stay. So for the annoying stressors, will it matter in 5 years? If it won't matter in 5 years, it's not worth my time. For the maddening and infuriating stressors, I try to reframe very quickly. So very quick story. I know personally 2 people who are alive today because they missed their flight. The day they missed their flight because of a computer glitch or whatever, they were very angry when they missed their flight. And they were angry for like 2 hours only to realize that ended up saving their life. So I try to remember their story. And with that, I try to keep in mind that an adversity may be preventing a catastrophe. If there is a person in front of me who is upset, it's a call for help. So you try to reframe and try to, first of all, accept what is, which is stress is your struggle with what is. Accepting what is handling stress. And if there is any way you can reframe it and find a positive meaning. I once, in the year 2000 stock market crash, I lost a significant bit of money, and I was pretty upset. And I said, and this actually happened, I said, how do I reframe this? And I said, well, if I had sold these stocks like 2.5 days ago, I would have saved enough money for a new car, and I would have bought that car, crashed and died. So I'm so glad I lost all that money, and it actually worked. So trying to reframe for the maddening or infuriating stressors, with trying to find what is right within what is wrong. For the terrorizing or threatening stressors, I think it always helps to first understand what is causing my stress and then go towards logistical solutions. For example, in the midst of pandemic, I've been talking a lot about immune resilience. Can I work on upping my overall well-being and take enough micronutrients, sleep enough, let go of adversarial relationships, exercise optimally, avoid any toxins getting into my body, and of course manage stress in relationships and be a little happier to improve my immunity. Right? So handle the logistical issues, and then try to, first of all, have self-compassion when you're going through a difficult situation. You do not have to immediately feel up and happy and upbeat right away. Take help from others, connect with like-minded people, tend and befriend, and if there is a need, take professional help. And for those so inclined, nurture faith, prayer. All of those are helpful. So for those who have a positive anchor in any of these, I sometimes look as life being a difficult surgery, and faith is a wonderful anesthetic for those who, so the surgery still happens, but it happens with less pain. Faith, I don't want to be very specific about it, in a more generic sense, faith that gives you hope, faith that helps you think about something larger than you, that cares about you, that nurtures you. So that is how I look at chronic ongoing stressors. And while the tea still remains bitter, but putting a little bit of this honey makes it a little bit more palatable and drinkable.